Hello, everybody.
Hello to the VOD watchers. Welcome to part 10 of Final Fantasy VIII. Draw only. Hello, Luna, Judge, Darkness, Canna. Thanks for the reminder. I am recording. Good evening. Good evening to you, Luna, whatever your time zone is. Hello, Johnny. Thanks for testing Twitch. First things first, we gotta sort this out. Because we took a beating at the end of the last episode. I think step one is to make sure we're learning the right stuff. Hello, Pastry. Hello, Bloody Screen. Recording in this economy? Twitch has just given me a sub goal, which I've never seen before. Like, it's done it automatically. I've never even thought about sub goals on Twitch before. Anyway, Elemental Attack I think is still fine because we started that before. Summoning Magic is not fine. Literally all 4 of these are useless. As is Doom, so I'm stuck with these. I'm also doing Defense because I'm already doing Attack. Yes. Oh look, I've already got Defense and I'm learning 2 times Defense. And other than Strength bonus, everything else is useless. Hello, Megiddos. I'm running out of, like, abilities that are viable in this run. Summon Magic. What is this? HP boost. Most of the way there. But then again, I'm going to get a lot of AP, so do I really want to spend... Do I really want to... That's only got 5 to go. I could get, like, a lot of AP on something else, like Strength Junction or Elemental Defense Junction. I don't know. But then again, I'm avoiding random encounters for the most part, aren't I? So I guess I do just chuck that on. DS30 AP. Thank you, Cannon. Hello, Sin. Welcome. I feel like I've missed a question. Need to catch up on streams. Where are we at? Just before Edea. The final boss of Disc 2. Hello, Bobastics. I just opened a Magic the Gathering booster pack and got Ultimacia. Very nice. I'm still annoyed about Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy cards because I've still never drawn Sephiroth. Elemental Defense Junction is considered... is best considering late game Magic users. Make a fair point. Hello, Callum. You don't half make a good point there. But the HP would be good as well, and it is close to being finished, but it would be nice to just chuck 30 straight onto this. There won't be much stock to junction onto it, you're right. GFHP, what are you doing to me? I could go for Magic 40%, which is almost all the way there anyway. Vit 40 makes sense to keep. This makes no sense. And I've got 20 points on it, which is embarrassing. And I wasn't even, like, on the way to learning anything else, so that was just a waste. Spirit 20%? What's Spirit in this game? Thanks for following, Tim Sugar. Appreciate it. I'm on the beach with no signal, can't watch properly. Ah, well, at least you're on the beach. What does Spirit do in this game? You better do an AP grind after this. True. How much experience do you get from Cactuars, though? That's a question I don't know the answer to. Guess I'll just chuck that on. Nothing else is going to help me much. Elemental Junction and Attack Junction might be somewhat useful, but it's going to be very situational. Been usually lurking on YouTube, but decided to follow on Twitch now before I forget. Thank you, Tim. Oh, there's still 2 more GFs I didn't check. Speed Junction, we're still going with that one, so I'll keep that one there. Another Speed Junction. Obviously, I had a plan last episode. That's to get a couple of speed junctions going. Each Cactuar's 20 AP. You need 10 for Jumbo. That's 200 AP at least. Okay. Now it's time to sort out whatever the hell happened to my team here. Wait, who? I guess I'm using Selfie. Guess I'll just spam potions. My HP's not high. What's the status ailment? What status ailment is that? Is that zombie? No, I have already. There we go. I think we're looking okay. I don't know if anything really needs to change from last time. Oh, the strength is pointless. She could have Vitality rather than go fully offensive with it, but we'll see how it goes. She's got Aura on her HP, which is funny. I need to rearrange this. Let me go with Indirect. And let me go with Attack. I was thinking this last night, and I think I did say it once on stream, but I do wonder how this challenge run would have gone if we didn't allow Drawcast in battle. Imagine if we didn't allow Drawcast, and we were only allowed to use the magic from draw points, and we were only allowed to use each draw point once. That would be the true survival game right there. Because you can legit just run out of offense. Now, for all I know, it would be impossible. Even if you were as optimal as possible, with all the damage you could deal on every mandatory fight, you might run out of offense before the end of the game. It would be interesting to find out, though, so I don't know. So obviously, at that point, Berserk strats would be definitely, allowed. And it might be the only thing to get you through. I should have turned encounters off. I don't think that run would get far. I don't know. I think it'd be interesting to find out. Oh yeah, there's a save point here if you've got move find, but, I mean, we just saved it, so, whatever. Something that always weirded me out on this screen is that if you don't bring Rinoa into the party and you walk into this room, Rinoa comes up behind you and Squall says, "What's she doing here? It's dangerous." But the alternative option is that you just bring her with you as part of your own decision. So it's either Squall's like, "No, it's too dangerous," or, "Yeah, come with me." There's no in between. This scene was badass. What was she doing up there? It was pure and specific for that entrance. There was nothing else that she could be doing up there that would be useful. That Jess would not have stayed down. She's magic. She was aura farming. How did Cypher get here? He knows the back entrance. She doesn't have aura. No, of course not. Selfie has aura somehow. Right, what's the strategy here then? First of all, we need to find out what you can draw from Cypher. Okay, haste is going to be good. I don't know if haste wears off. It might do. But if we can get all three of us hasted, that's a good start. That's probably where we should go first. Does wear off, okay. It's weird, because like some things in this game wear off and some don't, and it's different depending on which Final Fantasy game you're playing as well. Like, in 10, haste does not wear off. So it's like, remembering the differences between the games. Angelo, sort it out. Borderless Balam Garden, nice. Right, we're all fast now. Right, what you got? Offensive, you got these two. So, I guess that's what we're doing here. Get burned, fool. 23 is not good, is it, Selfie? Step it up. Bit better. He doesn't have Protect this time. He's literally hunchbacked and he still thinks he's the shit. Does Reflect exist? Yes, it does. I think we're limited on how many we can use though because of how many you can draw. I don't think it's many. It's like 10. So it might be useful in one particular situation somewhere. And it does remove the random damage variance, correct. I remember that now, yes. So you can draw cast a magic on someone, it bounces back and does full damage. Which means if they have Reflect in their draw table, it's a good idea to do it. I think we did it against Biggs and Wedge in the district prison. I wonder what his HP is. A bit lower than before, clearly, but we're doing such pitiful damage. And this guy doesn't have any heal to draw, so I can't heal myself, and for all I know, Adia doesn't either. Imagine if she had Reflect though, that'd be great. 6! 6! She's got a GF, yeah, she's got Alexander. I'll be claiming. About 3k. It's more than he should have. Here's an idea. Do I keep him alive until my haste wears off? Now, it's too risky because he could, like, get a limit break on me or something. If he does, I don't know if he does. Does he do anything other than physical attack at this point? I was going to say, like, do I keep him alive, wait for haste to wear off, reapply haste, then finish him off? But I don't know. Right, what you got? Obviously Alexander. Demi? I think she's susceptible to Demi. Maelstrom is going to curse us, I believe. I might have to try Demi. Oh, that does damage too. Right, we can't heal ourselves without using our own healing stocks. So it's gonna entirely depend on how much damage I can do with Demis. Is that percentage damage? I think so. Squall, your magic's too low. Noah's got it though. Big numbers, big numbers. We can't finish her off with Demi though, obviously. Still big numbers. Ace just wore off. Uh-oh. Was that slow? It was. And she slowed the one who still had haste. Tablet's running out of battery. I'll be watching on the PS5. Cool, thank you, Luna. Another big number. Squall, you ain't got it. You just ain't got it. You ain't got the magic. Hey, Steve. I'm doing big numbers, but I don't know if that's good or bad, because it might just simply suggest that she's got a lot of HP. That's gonna hurt. Okay, Squall, you might be on heal duty here. I'd hate to use up some cures, but, like, running out of options. Running out of options. Sounds like a drawn-out run. You're not wrong there, Marksness. Marksness. Yeah, this is the first attempt. Oh. Okay. You can just death. That's bad. Silence would also be bad. Hasn't done that yet, though. She has a Sunu, that's true. You do. Right. That might be death. That was very death. Okay. I wonder how much HP she's got. I wonder how much HP she's got. This might go sound crazy, but what if I just throw a meteor at her? I did a bunch of demis. She's probably relatively low. Squall's magic isn't the best, though, so I'm not looking at big numbers on this. I'm just curious. I think I've lost, anyway. Remember her weakness? Nope. Oh, that's not good, Squall. It's not good, is it? No, no card refining, no. Well, no, I can card refine into items, just not magic. 20% sleep resistance. We've got to put this hoe to sleep. Reflect! That's interesting. You can reflect herself, which would be quite bad. We'd have to reflect ourselves, then magic cast on ourselves to damage her. In a perfect world, we would just draw cast Demi until she's weak and then draw cast Blizzard to kill, but she's gonna kill us before we get there. Isn't Demi AoE? So, yeah? But then again, so's Meteor. Does that avoid Reflect as well? Because it's AoE? I'm not sure if Demi is AoE, to be honest. Meteor should be. I don't know. We could test it. Yeah, she can't reflect AoE magic. There's no way I just won. That was the biggest waste of 2 meteors I've ever seen. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Judge. Use sleeps. Those meters are 500 plus each. Fair. I feel like I got lucky on the demi damage a lot as well, so it's kind of hard to really know if I like reset this, would I get... Sleep's not gonna have much use otherwise. Yeah, you're right. She's the one boss weak to it. And magic doesn't wake you up, so it makes sense. Hello, Troy. I think we gotta reset that. Also, by the way, played the demo of Elliot the Millennium Tales, or Adventures of Elliot the Millennium Tales. It's pretty good. I like it. I will say, though, it's not really like an RPG. It's more like a Legend of Zelda clone, if you like. That is not the final boss, Johnny. No, we are halfway through the game. This boss marks the halfway point. I don't know if anyone's told you before, but Final Fantasy games are long. Right, who's got sleep? Because really, it should be school. You got 5 of them. Don't know anything about these games. There. Have you got any spirit percent pluses? I don't think I do. I think I'm on my way to learning one. There. Right, we put it to sleep and then we demi the hell out of her. Hello, Daniel. God damn it. It's alright with you, Nathan. I'll shamelessly use your soothing voice as background noise while I'm tidying up. Well, that would definitely be okay with me, Daniel. I still need a challenge run for 6. Final Fantasy 6. I still need something. I'm still struggling for the ideas. Magic only. You don't even get magic straight away. That's the issue there. Can you beat FF6 by playing FF8? See, my friend Ashley had an idea. You'd failed to draw Haste, Squall, for the love of God. My friend Ashley had an idea that was given to him, I think, where it was like a character's unique abilities only. Which is just what Tim Sugar is just said in Twitch right now. You can only use, like, tools, runic. It might be easy in that, like, once you get the chainsaw and... Oh, I think I just used haste again, like an idiot. Once you get, like, the access to the chainsaw and the Sabin's Blitz. You can use any of his Blitz abilities off the jump if you know what the combinations are. Like, does the game risk becoming too easy at that point? I don't know. There are also points in the game where you don't get access to them and you're just forced to use Steel and Runic over and over because you're just Locke and Celis, but I don't know if... Like, can you even get damage off at that point? I don't know. Natural Magic Challenge. Terran, Celis is your only. So, like, you could just basically do never use any Magicite. But then the game becomes a casual playthrough up until Magicite becomes a thing. I think MP only would have been a good idea if there were any abilities in the early game that everyone had access to that cost MP. But you're just completely limiting certain characters from being able to do anything. Like, Locke would never be able to do anything other than Steel. I don't know. I think the unique abilities only is a shout, because whereas it might be not that difficult, it could be still interesting to experience. It would force you to really, like, explore everyone's unique capabilities, I guess. He didn't use Spirit anywhere near this often. First time. Do I actually have to, like, heal Selphie before the transition to the second phase here? Tough to say, because I feel like Idia's going to Maelstrom straight away anyway. Skip obtained Celeste, completely replacing her with a placeholder Moogle. Does the placeholder Moogle have, like, their own abilities and stuff? You could do no equipment. Natural magic. Yeah. That could work. I might have some cures. Oh, look at that. Haste wore off. I might actually have to heal myself. You're right, Daniel. I guess it could be kind of close to that. That was a crit. Alright, I'm gonna cast it for you. Jesus. Did 6 twice. Right. We got the optimal haste, which just took a lot of damage. But I imagine Maelstrom's on its way anyway. Right, who's got sleep again? Oh yeah, I need Alexander. Squall can get Alexander. Oh, come on! Squall, put this hoe to sleep, please. We are in need. The team is in need. Did I really hit a 1 in 5 there? Okay, that's fine. More percentage damage is fine. I'll get Alexander. Just Squall needs to do it after he puts her to sleep. Because the other two are on demi duty. Are we sure it's 20%? Are we sure? Are we super sure? Because I'm getting less sure with each fail. Does the odds of landing it differ depending on your magic stat? Or is that just a... I don't know. Tears had a wheat bit. 1,000 damage. Well, Squall's gonna die now anyway, so there's our chance. And no one else has got sleep. Let's scan this hoe. Find out what we're dealing with. It does account for magic stat. I see. So she's got exactly 5,000 HP. 1,000 damage was huge. Right, in that case, Rinoa should probably be casting Sleep. So, yet another mistake I've made. Hey, thank you for following. That's gonna reflect, isn't it? Yep. Thanks for following, Storm. Hee-ho, panic. Well, it's kind of over now, isn't it? It's funny because Cypher had a Dispel, I think. Thank you, Storm. Yeah, I guess they didn't give Crash Bandicoot's Avatar a jump animation or something. I don't know. Right. I was right to give you that. Sleep. Magic 51. Yeah, you're definitely the best magic user. You put her to sleep. He was in Dispel. Yeah, Dispel just in case I need to get rid of that, Reflect. Does Dispel get rid of Reflect? It does, right? He's got Dispel. Just in case. Right, this has to work now. Oh, wait. I wonder what the odds are now that I have a higher magic stat. I guess the formula's going to be harder to work out. Yeah, sure you are, Cypher. There is a save point outside with Move Find, yes. I just figured it wasn't that big a deal considering it's not that far. Especially on ×3. You got me there, Pastry. Well done. A round of applause. You've won the internet today. Will I get lucky again? 4, the new lowest number he's rolled. Cool. He gets worse. You can replace that many characters with Moogles in 6? Honestly, at this point, we need to do, like, a mod where you replace every character with a Moogle. Can you beat the game as the initial Moogle squad at the start of the video, at the start of the game? Like, you know how you have a Moogle squad in 6 that defends Terra, while Locke looks after Terra? We need a mod where you do the entire game as that Moogle squad. Can you beat the game as Moogles? That's the kind of thing Primal Liquid might usually do. I think I've seen him do stuff like that. Where he's like, can you beat FF9 with just the Tantalus? What the fuck are they called? Tantalus. Yeah? Tantalus? Can you beat FF9 with just Tantalus? Wonder when haste is going to wear off. Moogle Quest. I want to play Tactics Advanced too. Bloody, speaking of tactics, this thing. The bloody Ivalice Chronicles. I got a bone to pick with this game. Bone of Contention 1. Why is it so hard? I'm just trying to have fun with an RPG. Why is it so hard? And like, it's not even fair hard, it's unfair hard. Like, I have guest characters who are not controllable by me. They control themselves by... the AI controls these characters. I do not control these characters in battle, and they just run into danger and get themselves killed. And I'm just like, what? Right, we need Rhino's turn. Hurry up. Rhino. Put it to sleep. Oh, Jesus, no. Already? Well, she's asleep. I guess. What's Squall's job now? Because he's going to miss all his bloody demis, isn't he? Doesn't have life. I guess I could just hold off on his turns. Trying to beat FF6 with Leo might be fun. Risk it being super convoluted to set up. Yeah, that's true. He could do Blizzard. It might end up working out slightly better than Demi, because he'll just fail to cast Demi. On your head. We're hasted. She's asleep. Let's just see how this goes. Honestly, it's decent chip damage if he does 50 a time. Actually, it's going to vary, isn't it? So who knows? Hey, that's alright. Now, how long does sleep last? That is what we're about to find out today. Whoa, Rinoa. 100 damage I'll take as well for Squall. Did fail, but it might still lead to victory if Rinoa can keep this up. He's doing big damage. You must be over halfway down already. Okay, 25's not great. I need to be ready to use sleep again, though, if she wakes up. Keep it big. Well, that'll do. Nine? Oh, did she wake up? Who's she silencing? Please miss. Squall, you need to cast Asuna. Should not have cast Blizzard. That measly 11 damage. Ace wore off. She'll survive. Just. Oh dear. Hello, Van. Squall, maybe heal her. What are you dispelling? Yeah, sure, I need to sleep. Yeah, you're right. Go to sleep. Please land. Oh. I'm not going to use this turn just in case. You don't have to heal. At least I don't use up the sleep. Still very annoying. Oh, I do use it up, do I? I don't know, do I? Wonder why she doesn't just spam death. I need to stop talking. She needs to go to sleep. Please. Rinoa, clutch this out. Put it to sleep. Oh, come on. What is this? That's death. That's it. I had to say it, didn't I? I had to say it. I just need to get luckier and that can work. And, you know, not get a death immediately. Honestly, Canner, it's a difference of seconds per attempt. It's not a big deal. In fact, it's probably less so, because I'd have to go in the menu and take move find on and put it back off again. Maybe. Yeah. Except we do every time. Sleep lasts for 13 seconds. I don't know what that amounts to in turns. It'll be, I imagine, the same as like a Doom countdown, but for 13 of them, maybe? He can be slowed. That prolong the sleep, maybe. I can get to sleep first. Who's got slow though? That's the question. Someone's got it, I'm sure. Maybe not many. Cypher's a weenie. Oh! You said it's Spawn of Haster. Now you've gone and done it. He's mad at you. He has 10% slow resistance. That's worse. And has sleep resistance. Yeah, if Selfie was there to get those damage off as well, it would have happened, probably. But you never know when a death might happen, so... I think I do want to cast that slow, then, after she's asleep. Can't believe I only have 5 sleeps as well. Like, I haven't used any sleeps. That's just how many you can draw in this game up to this point. I think it'd be more, wouldn't you? Haster drew and cast Firger on Cypher. You burned him. Maybe I should speed this fight up. I want to make sure I don't, like, miss the fact that haste wears off, if it does. So I can reapply. That was a big number. For fire. I don't want to kill him too quick, though. I want to reapply that haste. You're happy. Well, let's not go too high on those numbers, guys. Too late? Okay. Yeah. Disgraced you are. Right. Who's got slow? Not Squall. Are we super sure I have slow? I don't have slow. Let me double check if you can even get slow at this point. Maybe you can't. Give me a second. I should have 2 slows. I should have exactly 2 slows. Someone's got slow. Someone's got 2 slows. I must have missed it. Hello, Tom. Someone's got 2 slows and I've missed it. Right. Let me double check. Nope. 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 There's only 4 pages. So it's not Selphie. You didn't go to sleep. I should check my Noah's magic as well, because obviously me doing sleep straight away means I'm not looking through it. Maybe she's got slow as well. Big damage. No slows there. You still not asleep? Let me check here for slow before I move on. I need to give those 2 slows to Selphie, really? Maybe? It's hard to say. But really, what I need to happen is for this bloody sleep to land. Finally. Big damage. Right, let's see if I can get a slow going. Son of a bitch. I've only got 2 of those. Run's going okay. Dia's not playing ball. There's a chance I don't need slow because I could get quite a few demis off on with 2 characters alive, but it's very annoying that I used 2 of them. You know what? In for a penny, in for a pound. I've used 1, I've got to use 2. Please. Yes, it worked. Slow and sleep, right? So, in theory, she should stay asleep for longer. Hey, 13. Forgot what you named Squatter Manoa. So the blizzard is there to finish her off, because obviously, Demis can never kill her. But Demis can weaken her, and Blizzard could potentially finish her off. I need this attempt to be the one, because I've used 2 slows. It worked. He's asleep. Just finish her off, please.
We're no longer cursed. That wears off as well. I didn't realise that.
These numbers aren't big. I need bigger numbers than that, Renoa.
That was okay.
I didn't know Curse wore off either. Well, she's awake. Maybe the slow didn't last super long after all. Oh, I'm making a big one. That was terrible. 91 was good. There we go. The plan worked. I don't know if the slow actually made her sleep longer. But when am I going to use 2 slows, right? We need a name. Keep the meteors, yeah. So, if I look at the list of magic that you can draw in the whole game, there's only 2 slow draw points in the whole game. One of them is the one that I got from the Trabia world map area, which is why I had 2 slows. The other one is all the way in Ultimacia's castle, which you get a max of 8 slows from. So, like, I'm only ever going to get a max of 10 slows in the whole game. So there's absolutely no way I'm going to junction slow to anything. So I'm happy with that win. Avocado's a good one. Well done, Rev. The theme is food, by the way. You know, sort of. Al dente is funny as well. Al dente's funny. I like al dente. Force Armlet teaches GF Spirit 40. It may. It might be al dente. Do spaces too. Hate this alphabetical order thing. I want QWERTY. Ananas, which means pineapple in a lot of languages. It does. I'm forthing on al dente. Yeah. What was the inspiration to name summons after food? That's a very good question. It started off with us just trying to find general words that sounded like the GF names. And Quetzalcoatl was like Quesadilia or something. Just because it sounded close to Quetzalcoatl. And then I think Ifrit was Ifrut. And then I realized that they both are food related, I think. So we just kind of stuck with that going forward. Dentist isn't named after food, but it's named after the guy you see after you've stained your teeth with a lot of food. So the link is still there. Al dente's not strictly a food, is it? Isn't it? It's a method of cooking pasta or something. To the tooth, so they call it. It's food related, exactly. It's all food related. Never noticed before, but look at the nose on Rinoa. I know I can't talk, but like, game recognizes game. Why isn't Rinoa quinoa? Because it's only the GFs that are named after food. I always misread this line when I was a kid. I thought... I don't know why I thought this. I guess I'm stupid. I thought the second line wasn't a question. And I thought it was, I have protected alone. It was like, where's alone? I have protected alone. I'm like, huh? But she's actually asking if she's protected alone, which makes more sense because she wouldn't know. It's Rhino! What's wrong with Rhino? I always named Griever Penis because then her lines amuse me. What did we name Griever? In my head, it sounds like I would have called it gravy. Too good to eat a rhino. Squash, it's rhino. It looks so weird with that super low poly... Not poly, but like low resolution bed. Angelo Delight. See, that line was weird as well, because it said, the Sorceress Edea. But before this, we've been calling her Sorceress Edea. So that sounds like he's saying the Sorceress Edea, rather than the Sorceress Edea. But like, in this point of the story, there's only one Sorceress, so you wouldn't go, the Sorceress Edea, you'd just say the Sorceress, or you'd say Sorceress Edea, you wouldn't say the Sorceress Edea. I'm reading too much into it. Yeah, I assume I'm supposed to just go to the... Not B1. That's not where I wanted to go. I've already got the bio draw point, so I can't do it again. Hello, Elijah. Never played Final Fantasy. This looks like a bad time to get into it. It's never a bad time to get into it, but this is the wrong game to play if it's your first Final Fantasy. Absolutely 1000% the wrong game to play if you want to get into Final Fantasy. This is not today's first Final Fantasy, in my opinion. Personally, I would say the first Final Fantasy game somebody should play if they want to get into the series, the correct way, is 10. Oh yeah, I've lost my best magic user. Well, that's a kick in the pants. Okay, now I've got to find out who has the second highest magic stat and the third highest. Best to start is 9, 10, 9, or 6. I wouldn't say 6 because if you're getting into the series for the first time, odds are you're quite young, which means you're more of a modern gamer. And I feel like playing the 2D Final Fantasies is what you would do if you're already into Final Fantasy nowadays, because you go back to find out the origins of the series. So I recommend 10 because it's got a combination of the best characters, the best story, a relatively simple world to explore without risk of really getting lost. The battle system is, whereas not super easy, it's straightforward to understand early on. It's an accessible game because it's on just about every device today. It's on Xbox, Switch, PlayStation, PC, on everything. What else? Yeah, it's just the most accessible and the most understandable, and it's like easy to play, hard to master kind of thing. And it also, the remaster of the game looks decent today, by today's standards, still. So that's why I recommend 10, for anyone who's never played it. And if you play the PC version of 10 on Steam, you need a mod to make it work because it's broken. But if you play the console version, you're fine. You lose access to quality of life things like speed up, but the game itself is still fine. Who's got the highest magic stat after Rinoa? Like base magic stat. 10, 6, 7. I mean, it makes sense to be Irvine because the highest level. Yes. You've played the first Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Chain of Memories, even though I did complete it on the Game Boy Advance. I preferred the Game Boy Advance version of Chain of Memories over the new one. You can do speed up and stuff on PC, but you need the keyboard for it. Yeah, I was saying you don't get speed up on console. Is what I meant. Unless you mean you do get speed up on console if you plug in a keyboard, which would be crazy. Did I already get this one? Can you even get this one before now? Probably not, right? Adia's House, Kiriga, I do not have this one. I got Protect on the ice rink, right? I definitely got Protect on the ice rink. Surely. How many Protects do we have? I must have. That's a good number of Protects. Let me just make sure. Total Protects in the game are 15, 16, 17... 17 plus 15... It means that I have 4 fewer Protects than the absolute maximum I could have at this point, but that's whatever. I likely just accepted it. So yes, I've got the Protects from Galbadia Garden, which is good because you can't revisit that. So now I need to get the Kiriga here, which is... You can get 8. Let's save the game. Sid just watching us run back and forth. No, I'm going to do that, Sid, because I'm going to get every single draw point in the whole game. But once each, and only once each. Right, how many Kirigas do we get? Whoops. That's crap. The problem with Final Fantasy VIII is that the game is not scaled properly for the people who abuse the junction system, which means they added a whole bunch of percentage damage attacks in the game. So completely... What's the opposite of incentivizes? De-incentivizes? Decentivizes? I don't know. Hello, Billy Knott. What's your favourite Kingdom Hearts game? The first one. De-incentivize. It de-incentivizes grinding or leveling up in any way. Once you know the enemies level up with you. Completely... 7's not bad, but we can get more. We can get 8. Incredibly complex for no reason. Right, so one skip gives you 5. Honestly, I would recommend 8 be one of the last Final Fantasy games you play. If you're new to the series. Just because it's like Marmite. And if you play 8 and you decide that you're on the side of the fence that doesn't like the game, it might mar your, like, it might mar your thoughts on the rest of the franchise. It's weird because 8 was the first one I played. Which is weird. And it was like the first RPG I ever played outside of Pokemon. But because I didn't know anything about, like, the enemies leveling up with you or anything like that, I played it purely just grind experience, get as many GF abilities as you can, and didn't really understand to draw, like, a lot of magic. Perfect. So I just sort of played super casually, and as a result, the game kind of had a difficulty curve that was properly implemented somewhat. And my young brain wasn't going to know any different either way, so... The complete junction exchange there, methinks. Right, what we got here? Absolutely not. HP 80% sounds pretty good. Like, we really need another magic junction, don't we? We really need another magic junction. Getting a bit silly now. Elemental attack, elemental defense 4. Spirit 20%. And everything on here is illegal. Well, a boost isn't illegal, it's just pointless. Oh boy. Hello, Metamut. 7's honestly a decent starting point. True, 7 is an easy place to start because the game's not that hard, but I still think 10 is the best place to start for modern day gamers. Hey, Carifian. Hello, Clara. Good morning, Vietnam. 8 is easy to play for the first time. I didn't put 100 hours into the card game because I wasn't big into the card game. I played it like once or twice and was like, okay. And then paid no attention and had no idea that you could abuse the card game. Which, for your first playthrough, might be the best way to go because then you're not making life super easy for yourself. I don't know. Who knows, man? It's been said many times, this game is an anomaly. FF10 was your first JRPG. I'm so old. My first JRPG must have been Pokemon Yellow. I think Breath of Fire 3, then FF8, though might be the other way around. I like the idea of doing a Breath of Fire challenge run, but there's a YouTuber who's pretty much got them on lock right now. And it's like, any idea I could think of, he would be able to do better. That YouTuber is called Casp. C-A-S-P. He's Australian. He might not be for everybody because of some of the things he says, but he's pretty much the only YouTuber who makes high quality or high effort Breath of Fire challenge runs that I know of in edited format. He did a one-shot challenge, Breath of Fire. Which does basically equate to grind. But then when you get to enemies that have more than 9,999 HP, he had to get a bit creative and do like optimizing multi-hit attacks and stuff, so it was an interesting watch still. Well, it's funny you say that, Clara, because my sister's argument for these Final Fantasy games being bad or being boring is that they're basically just Pokemon. She was like, it's just Pokemon with better graphics. And I was like, In my head, I was like, it's not really because of you get multiple characters and there's more options and blah blah blah. And really, the argument there should just be, it's not Pokemon but with better graphics. They just happen to share a genre. And this is an example of a more complicated game in the genre. That's what I should have said, but I was a child. Would Pokemon better graphics even be a bad thing? It wouldn't be a bad thing today, but back when I was like 13 or so, I was getting just old enough where Pokemon wasn't cool anymore. So the fact that in my sister's brain I'm playing a game that's basically just Pokemon but with better graphics. In her mind it's like, oh, how childish. She was like that. You've basically described the whole game's story, Canna. Exposition that's just not very compelling or confusing. Oh, wait, was I supposed to go somewhere instead of exploring the world? It's not like I can get anything extra now. I got the draw point in the house, which I shall tick off now. There's going to be a holy draw point on the White Seed ship, which is going to be an absolute nightmare to re-roll every time. I don't think I need to go to the White Seed ship yet. I don't think so, right? Don't we have to go to, like, Renoa first? Or I forget the order you do things. It's the Laguna sequence. I thought it was. So the interesting thing about this Laguna sequence is apparently if you collect the Timber Maniacs magazine in the Shumi village before this scene, in the flashback you only get Laguna and Kairos. If you did not collect the Timber Maniacs magazine in Shumi village, you get Ward as well. Which sounds insane. Apparently it's true. There we go. Why would they do that? Oh, search me. Search me. I have no bloody idea why they do that. Yeah, Ward just wouldn't be here if we picked up the Timber Maniacs magazine in Shumi Village. Part of me wants to prove it. When's the last time I saved the game? It was after I got the draw, right? Did I save after I left Adia's house? Like, part of me wants to prove it. Like, Laguna's right there. We've got the proof. He's there. We're good. Part of me wants to test this, because I've never tested this myself. So, I got the Cure draw, the Curiga draw. I don't know if I did this conversation. No, I didn't, because Sid's standing there. The draw point's empty, so I definitely saved after I got the draw. Now we're just blah, 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 blah. Amy. Laguna, after leaving Windhill, reported all the adventures of Timber Maniacs. Collected the copy before you see the flashback, hadn't it? Wait, hold on. Laguna, after leaving Windhill, reported all his adventures, their adventures, to Timber Maniacs. Collecting the copy before you see the flashback has an effect. Yes, it just seems... like, no one would ever know. That is the crazy thing. I don't think I have any break spells. Right, hold on. I don't think you get any break spells for ages. I'll look it up. Oh no, I've got two. I've got two break spells. And then you get another one in the Lunatic Pandora, and that is it. Which is a total of 10 breaks that you get in the entire run. Why do you ask? Ruby Dragon absorbs the element it has. Can't even issue me. Is it here? It's not here. It is here. I'm going to save the game here first. So there's going to be a Dragon Quest Anniversary live stream, I think on the 27th of May. And they've said that there will be updates on their new games. Games. And because we already know that Dragon Quest 12 is confirmed. I did not mean to rest. I'm looking for the magazine. I actually don't know where it is. I think it's in the final building, actually, isn't it? Yeah, we know that Dragon Quest 12 is confirmed because they revealed the logo, but we'd have had no information on it for like 5 years. So people are super hoping that there's going to be something Dragon Quest 12 related. Where's the magazine? Artisan's House, second to last. Thank you. Even kind of had a picture of Kairos on it, I think. State of play will be interesting as well, yeah. I want to see the state of play. I know it's mostly going to be Wolverine, but maybe there'll be something else. Indie RPG on the 28th. Okay, that's good as well. A lot of things happening soon, then. I don't think they'll do that, Clara, honestly, because I feel like they do more marketing to their games than that. Because, like, I know it's Dragon Quest and not Final Fantasy, but, like, I feel like there'll be something marketing-wise for it. Oh, yeah, I don't need to go anywhere. Wilds expansion. Do you mean Monster Hunter Wilds? I need to play Monster Hunter Wilds again. I need to get back into it. I tell you what, I got distracted with Wild Hearts. Do I have it on here? Yeah. I got distracted with Wild Hearts because I think actually Wild Hearts is a very good game. Like, I think that went very underrated. Because people looked at it and was like, Monster Hunter clone, okay. But then I played it and I was like, this is really good. Like, for a Monster Hunter clone, it does a lot of things better. And there you have it. We picked up that magazine. No ward. No ward. There it is. There's your proof. Bizarre. He's just not there. Why would they do this? I mean, I get why they would do this, but like, why would they not tell you? Wilds became an RNG casino. Really? That's a shame. Honestly, when I was playing Wilds, and I was playing like the story bit at the beginning before you get to the initial credits, and I remember thinking to myself, this game's a bit easy. Isn't it? Isn't Monster Hunter Wilds, like, easy compared to World? And then I rolled credits and I was like, really? I beat the game? And then I realized that I was basically playing an extended tutorial. And now I wish I had carried on playing. But that's about the point. I got distracted by playing... Wild Hearts. I'm actually gonna rest because it's cheaper, and I don't think you even spend any money resting. I don't think you even spend any money if you rest here, so I'll just quickly do that. Sponsorship auto-corrected to slapstick, that's funny. I ran all of World and the start of Iceborne running dual blades, same. Without knowing about demon mode. Really? That is nuts. Actually. I bet you felt very strange when you found out demon mode was a thing. I was a demon mode fiend. Still am, on Wilds. Yeah, what's annoying about Monster Hunter Iceborne is that me and my wife Gina played Monster Hunter World. Is World the best Monster Hunter game? Woohoo! Now that's a hard question. I'll tell you why it's hard. The answer should be just yes. However, that is a spicy question. Here's the thing. In my opinion, the 3 best Monster Hunter games, and I'm speaking objectively, and I've not played the DS Monster Hunter games, but come on. The 3 best Monster Hunter games are World, Rise, and Wilds, for 3 different reasons. World took 1 step. Monster Hunter World, you forgot GU. And glory to the... That is valid, yeah. I've not played a lot of Monster Hunter games on the handheld consoles, I will be honest with you. Maybe there's some nostalgia for those ones, but like... I feel like if we're talking objectively, by today's modern standards, we kind of have to go with those 3 that I mentioned. I don't know why I'm sailing. I guess I need to be here for the White Sea chip at some point anyway, so... Yes, World did the best job introducing new players because I feel like the previous ones were kind of like... There's a word I'm looking for, but I can't think what it is, but it was like... The barrier for entry was quite hard. It was quite high. On any new Monster Hunter game, because it kind of just assumed you knew how to play ball. It just assumed that you knew. When did you get here? Has she always been there and just walking out? The hell was that? Alright. Yeah, the barrier for entry on a lot of Monster Hunter games was difficult, and then World came out and made it really beginner-friendly, but then it was one of those, like, easy to play, hard to master type things. And it added a whole bunch of quality of life stuff as well that I really liked. Like, you can see damage numbers if you like. You can lock on to different body parts of the enemy as well, I think, if you get, like, a certain item or accessory or something. I forgot. Basically, just added a whole bunch of cool stuff. Can I still junction exchange from Manoa? Because she's not in the list. Did I already junction exchange? Because Irvine's HP was very low. Maybe I didn't. Can you still junction exchange from Manoa? In the flashback, probably not, right? I lost my chance. I don't want to play the minigame and then find out that I can't, so let's just reset. Anyway, so World did a lot of good stuff to introduce new players to the game, and as a result, gained worldwide popularity, sold like 25 million copies at least, became a sensation. Then Monster Hunter Rise came out. I have Junction Exchange, I just haven't healed for some reason. I thought I rested. Did I just forget to rest? Yo, am I stupid? Rise came out on the Switch, which people playing on like home consoles didn't really want, but there's a lot of people on the Switch, so it still sold really well. I could stay in the Garden Dorm, you're right. There's no rest noise in this game. The problem with Rise, well, there's a good thing and a bad thing about Rise, in my opinion. The bad thing is... yeah, you could say the content's not there, but I kind of give it a pass because it's on a mobile console. It's on the Switch. Like, it was built for the Switch. So I get it. I get that the content would be lesser. In terms of, like, decisions that they made, I hate those, like, tower defense style kind of things where you've got to protect the gates and set up guns and stuff, like the trebuchets and the things that shoot the arrows and stuff. I hated all that. Harpoons. Hated it. And it was mandatory sometimes as well. And I hated it. It was so boring. And if you failed, you had to do it all over again. It was just so annoying. I hated every moment of it. And I wish it never existed, and it ruined the game for me. Like, every time we had to do one of those missions, I was just like, oh, get this over with so we can play Monster Hunter again. What I do like, though, about Rise is it was kind of speedy. Like, it was quick. It wasn't as slow and sluggish and deliberate as Monster Hunter World was, I feel. And I like that. It was like a nice change of pace. Literally. Then Monster Hunter Wild came out, and it should have been the best Monster Hunter game ever. It should have been. And it was so close. It's got everything it needs to be the best Monster Hunter game. And it's still a really good game, like it's a fun time. But I gotta be honest, I don't like open world, so that was already a red flag for me. So I kind of have to pretend it's not open world and just pretend that I'm in small biomes, if you like. So yeah, I hated that. And it is pointless. You're right, the open world means nothing. Like, what benefit does it have? Nothing. You can ride your sacred animal things to get around faster, right? But I also hate it that the sacred moves automatically. And there's seemingly no way to turn that off. Like, what if I just want to sit still and think about where I'm going for a second? But no, it's just automatically moving all the time. But why? I don't like the game is mostly set in a desert. Because that's boring. But a lot of the game is set in a desert. With literally nothing around. Hello, despicable hobbit. Thank you. Needs to give me a real gunblade, apparently. Triangle to attack? What is this? I feel like I defended that. I feel like I defended that. He's being very nice to me. Damn it. Can you beat Rayman 2 without hovering? I already did it. If that's what you mean. I made a video on that a few years ago. You can watch that whenever you want right now. The answer to the question is in there. I won't spoil it if you've not seen it. But hello, Super Gamer. I was pressing square, but whatever. At this point, I might as well just swing and hope. This minigame might be bullshit, guys. Like, the defend doesn't work. Yeah, you're right, Daniel. My editing in Rayman 2 was not good, nor was the audio quality. But the actual run itself is still pretty good. I don't think you can really do much more than what I did. Well, that's not true, actually. There was one more thing you can do in Rayman 2 that I didn't do. And it actually would have bypassed one of the hovers. Is defend incorrectly bound? No, because he does the animation for defend. He just still takes full damage. So there's a timing to it I'm not getting, maybe. So yeah, you can. I think you're hovering 3 times 4 years ago. I beat Rayman 2 in 2 hovers. In total. But you can do it in 1. OST can carry a minigame. Right. I think our setup is very similar to what we had against the boss. In fact, it might be exactly the same, because Oh, maybe not. The hell is this? They have the magic. Okay, here's my problem with this game, which I'm sure has been said 1,000 times. Why does it unassign you shit like this? Like, why? Just never unassign my shit. Why would I want that, ever? I literally picked a character and assigned it to the person. Selfie Kiros. Irvine Ward. What was the point of doing that if you're going to take off everything anyway? Completely stupid. Break might be the best option, but it's pure RNG and you might want to keep your breaks for forced Ruby Dragon fights before battle. Does break insta-kill them? Like Time to Stone? I'm not even thinking about strategy at the boss right now because I hate the fact that I've got to do this again and I might not get it the same way, which means I might hinder myself and I hate everything. Doesn't get you XP and it insta-kills. Okay. Why did you make Rayman 2 without hovering with money? What? It has an 80% chance to petrify. Yeah, we swapped the magic. Yeah, good point. That's all it... So it's not even a junction exchange. It was a magic exchange at that point. I gotta bite the bullet and actually, like... Right, okay, hold on. You do have, like... big magic boosts now, Laguna. And you got magic junction. You could be a contender, Laguna, now. And Squall. You could be a magic contender. Let's, Obviously, we need a magic junction for all three. Lettuce. And Quesadelia. So, one of them for each of these other two characters. I want to say... There's lettuce for you. Obviously HP as well. Okay, in that case, it must be brunch for you. That's a guarantee. So I might not want to go pure HP because you need magic buffs as well. Hold on. Who's got magic buffs? Well, hold on. Let's do this first. Oops. Let's give you that Starbites JRPG that came out today. I don't know. I don't know what Starbites is. What was that? Can you make it free? I'm confused. What's not free? No, Super Gamer. You're looking at my members only video on Rayman 2 where I did commentary over it. If you go to my channel, go to videos and go all the way to the bottom, the second video I ever uploaded is Rayman 2. And it's free. You can watch it. It's got a proper thumbnail and everything. There is no content on it. There are no challenge runs on this channel that aren't free. It's only the commentary ones that are members only. So you can watch Rayman 2 for free. Just go to the very bottom. Yeah, they're not new challenge runs. They're commentary of old ones. I would never do that. Although what I am going to do is, because I'm editing Dragon Quest XI video, the game is split into 3 acts. When I complete the editing for Act 1, I'm going to upload Act 1 on Patreon and keep editing the video, and then when it's finished, I will upload it on YouTube, but each individual act can go on Patreon first. Just an idea that I had. Right, where the bloody hell am I? Right, I need to make sure everyone's got magic percent buffs, which You will now because of Quisidelia. But you do not. But you do. Does anyone else have magic defense buffs? Or am I crazed? So, magic defense. Not magic defense, magic percent. I keep saying defense, I mean percent. You do, and you're currently on nobody. So it's Sirloin is the answer. Which means I'm guessing that other remaining GF is for you. Or there's still some more. It's going to depend entirely on what abilities they have, I suppose. The latest 3, right? I don't really have anything. Ability times 3 is okay for some. Maybe I'll give that to the person who's got brothers, so they can have HP and magic. You as well, actually. So I shouldn't give them to the same person. So Celery and Al Dente. What have you got? Nothing really going on with you, so you don't really matter where you go. The element maybe might make something, but we'll see. Hello, Black Wisp. So Celery and Al Dente need to go to different people. So third ability. Get some HP on. You have the other 2. And now we can do, I guess, Spirit for whatever Spirit does in this game, I forgot. Is it Magic Defense? It's probably going to use more physical, but then again, can it use Earthquake? I don't know what this thing does. Do I need physical defense or magic defense? Big question. I love your Sounds of Time video. Thank you. Are you planning on doing the same with Warrior Within? I want to. The limited sand chambers aren't as much of an issue because the double jump glitch doesn't work in Warrior Within, I'm pretty sure. But there is a different glitch that does work that I want to use instead. I just need to actually commit and buy the game on Steam. But I do want to do Warrior Within at some point, yes. I'm glad you liked that video because I think it's an underrated one of mine. Right. Pressing all the wrong buttons. Look at that, I rested for no goddamn reason because it took all my shit off. Quake on the defense, is that like... It does physical attacks and fire. Maybe it's better to have the Vitality then. Did I put Vitality on? So I feel like it's going to do more physical than anything. Don't know why you had 20% on. They've all got triple ability now, which is cool. Me likey. We've got Vitality, HP, and Vitality, as well as magic buffs. So pretty good setup here, I would say. I don't know what you draw from this thing. Not a clue. But we're here to find out together. Probably should have stocked up on a few healing items thanks to this nonsense. We'll do that next time. Probably got to save some potions there, but whatever. Just in case. Right. I guess we will just see what happens. Let's make sure everyone's learning something good. All good. Can you beat Rayman 2 without hovering commentated video? No, that's not free, I'm afraid. That's literally existing purely for those who are generous enough to support me on Patreon and YouTube memberships. What happens if you just leave? See ya. And so Lacuna runs for dear life. No, we're running. I always wondered if there was like a draw point here, but according to my list, no. Let me just make 100% sure there's no draw point here. I don't think there is. No. 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 Just do the thing. 50% resistance to slow, 20% sleep and petrify. So if worst comes to worst, we have options. Aero and Fira. Tell me it doesn't absorb both of these. Does it absorb these? Let's find out. It does. Hilarious. And Fira. I've got to get a recording of this. To be like, whoops. We need to use our own magics to fight this thing. Oh dear. Now let's have a run where we don't do that. You can't hit me with my own things.
Okay, so you can insta-kill it with break. And we have 2 of them. Already that tells me that would be the most efficient way of killing it. Is 1 spell. Just needs to land.
And you also avoid experience points, so it kinda makes it a no-brainer. You're level 35, you would have Demi. And level 45, he has Meteor and Flare. Who's got break? These are my 2 breaks. Highest magic stat is Ward. Wow, to my 51 magic stat. I want Rinoa back. I'm not going to get her back for ages. God damn it. I'm not going to get her back until the Ragnarok. Oh, God. That's far, man. They have annoyingly high spirits. They're going to have a lot of magic defense. Do I just got to break this thing? Because like, you get 8 more breaks at some point. Let me check when. On the Lunatic Pandora, I'll get 8 more breaks, and that's it. So if I use one here, I'll get 9 remaining. And then I could use... You're not going to fight 9 Ruby Dragons on the way to Bahamut. Then again, they can miss, so... This is going to devolve into Berserk strats.
For the sake of variety, I think I'd prefer to break it. Just the fact that we get 2 breaks.
Like, it's kind of perfect. Who had break? Was it war? Yeah, and you've got the highest magic stat, so maybe we just break it. God damn it. I don't want it to devolve. Do I hit it with a magic just to prove how much defense it's got? What's it weak to? Because if he absorbs fire, is he weak to, like, ice or water? Oh, excuse me. Not that I have a whole lot of ice and water to really be working with. If any. Ice and Holy. I'm junctioning Blizzara. Cross your fingers. Hit it twice in a row. What are the odds it lands again? What's the formula? Oh, the RNG's bad. Okay. Keep forgetting to turn that off, man. It's not 80%, Daniel. It'll have something to do with my magic stat as part of the formula. I think that's probably what it is on base, but then, like, magic stats and spirit stats come into play at that point. So it varies after the fact, so I don't know. Hello, Ashley. Hello, Dweegie. There do be a chance that I can't use break if the odds are this bad. There's a chance the odds are so bad that it's not even worth trying, but I don't know. I might scan it and then reset just to see what its HP is. Every time I forget. Not looking good. We may have to just find a way. But let me scan it. Let me scan it. Who's got scan? Nobody else got a scan. If I was smart, I would have scanned every single fight in the game and then noted down the HP for editing purposes later. But I'm not smart. 4828. Enemies are using Reflect. It casts Reflect on itself to mirror the effect. Okay. Let's get those brakes back. 4828. And I have to just expend magic to damage it. Tweaked Ice. I've got Blizzarers, so maybe I've just got to bite the bullet and use those Blizzarers. If you cast Reflect on it, does it cast it on you? I mean, if you cast Reflect on it, it wouldn't need to cast Reflect on you. It would just hit you with magic. If you cast Reflect on yourself, he'll cast Reflect on himself, so then he'll bounce the magic off himself onto you. Thank you, Canna. So I've got 18 Blizzarers. But do I have Holy? Might not have any Holies. He's got 14 Blizzarers. I could combine my stacks of Blizzarers. Now, obviously, they're both using them for stats. Pointlessly, might I add. I mean, defending fire is fine, I guess. That's an okay thing to be doing. I may as well give those Blizzards all to Ward so he can cast them. What are you doing with these Blizzards? Nothing. It's Blizzica. Never mind. They're not... They're separate spells. Okay. In that case, I can cast those Blizzards and be fine with it. In fact, I'm going to take that off so that it doesn't confuse me in being junctioned. Laguna has 2 Holy. He's weak to that as well. But again, I really should be giving it to the person with the highest magic stat, which is Ward. But Kiros is close. It makes sense to optimize the damage as much as possible. Okay. Let's just see how much damage Ward can do with Blizzard and Holy. Every time I forget. Music is sending me. If Ward is at max of 40, it'll be 10 to 40 for the formula. 10 to 40. What? Sorry, pardon now? If the Ruby Dragon has 157 or minus 40, oh, okay. He has 157 spirit at level 10. Infliction percent is magic stat divided by 4 minus target spirit by 4. It probably is impossible. I'll take your word for that one. Dodge it. Right. Blizzerer. How much damage are we looking at, Ward? Remember, he's got 4,000 plus HP. Oh dear. And how much damage does Holy do? Bit better. Two of those could do over 1,300. Does Kiros have to use his Blizzagers as well? What's he junctioning right now with those Blizzagers? Well, strength is not exactly important to him right now. So maybe he could donate those Blizzagers to Ward. I need to play Chrono Trigger properly. Still never beat it. Alright, these are the three. Incredibly easy game, 13 hours without a guide. Really? I just remember reading up and seeing that there's multiple endings you can get. And I was like, oh, that sounds like a lot of information that I need to try and find out now to get all the endings. Thank you, model. How much damage does a Blizzager do? $400. I would need to use about 10, 11, 12 of those. Which I could do. The question is, do I want to use all my Blizzarers and my Holies, or all my Blizzagers, or a combination of both? Let me get a calculator. So about 12 Blizzagers would kill, or thereabouts. How much damage did Blizzarer do again? $252. The number disappears. So we'll just say 250. I would need about 20 of those to kill it. How many do I have? I had 14. I'm allowed to use card mod for items, just not magic. I do have magic percent abilities. I've got 20 and 40 on all 3 characters. Chrono Trigger having multiple endings is kind of a misnomer. It's a linear story. Oh, okay. Should only get 2 endings on your first Chrono Trigger playthrough because everything else requires an insane amount of grinding. Oh, okay. New Game Plus, you can just go straight to the final boss. Interesting. Right, I was doing maths, wasn't I? I've got enough Blizzagas to kill it, but if I don't want to use any Blizzagas, could 14 Blizzaras and 2 Holies do it? Let's do that math. Cool, no. Meltdown. I don't know if I do, actually, but I'll double check. If I use all my Holies and all my Blizzaras, I might only do about 3,500 damage, which obviously isn't enough. I forgot what Meltdown does. I have 0 Meltdowns. Because the only Meltdown draw points in the game are on the world map after you get the Ragnarok. There's only 1. There's 1 in the space. 1 in space. And there's 1 in Ultima Seer's Castle. They're the only 3 Meltdown draw points. So you cannot get one until until you get the Ragnarok. No, the earliest one you can get is in space. Then it's Ragnarok, then it's Ultima Seer's Castle. So no Meltdowns. Oh, it set Spirit to 0, so I could have done more damage. That is unfortunate, but that'll be good for later. Right, if I use all my Blizzaras and both my Holies, how many Blizzagas would I need after that? Probably about... One... It might be about 4. So I could lose my Holies and my Blizzaras for this. How many Holies do I get in the game? Oh god, there's a lot of Holy draw points. A lot. Why are there so many? The White Seed ship I can get 15 Holies from. I might not want to use these Holies, because if I can get a good stack of Holies, that's good for junctions. And there are a lot of Holy draw points on the world map, and in Esther world map, White Seed ship, island closest to Hell and Heaven. There's 1 on the Lunatic Pandora. There's 1 in Ultima Seer's Castle. And a whole bunch on the world map. Yeah, I could get, like, a lot of Holies. I know it's only 2 Holies, but, like, I can get a good stack of Holies. Hello, Moogle King. I've tried Break. The odds of hitting it are so low, I've failed every time. Like, I don't know what the odds exactly are, but Chaos of Life on Twitch seems to think the odds are, like, very low. Could use a Demi. Demi doesn't half his HP, I think it's a quarter. Can it be poisoned? I tried asking AI the odds, and it says 3%. Can it be poisoned? That is still about 1k damage. Yeah, it's over 1k. It'd be like 1,200. It's still good. I've got 10 demis. I have junctioned them, though. I think I've got bios, though. 21 bios. Also junctioned. But to my defense or whatever. I'm happy using a bio to test it. I might have to Google this guy to see what he's actually vulnerable to. Stat. He does 80% resist petrify. Yeah. 80% resist sleep, 50% slow. He's immune to poison. If we could break him, that would be hilarious. Why does it have two separate resistances? I don't know. One was petrify, one was petrifying. I'm not really sure what that means. They're two different percentages, so I don't get it. One's for instant petrify, one's for countdown to petrify. Oh. What abilities in the game counts down to petrify that I can use? Is it like a GF ability? None, says Chaos of Life. What the bloody hell's that about them? If we just spam Blizzarus and Blizzargas, we could kill it. The question really becomes, do I want to use up my Blizzargas? If I look at the list of magic that I'm going to be getting, how many more Blizzargas am I actually going to get? None. This is all the Blizzargas I'm ever going to get. And we are on 18. I'm never going to go higher than 18 Blizzargas. So you'd think eventually that's going to get replaced. So I could probably sacrifice the Blizzargas. And start stocking up on them sweet holies. Card mod's fine for items. You can get the Adia card to refine that into an item that teaches magic plus 60%. I could! How'd you get the Adia card? Welcome back, Canna. How do you get the Adia card? Weak ice magic. I mean, I could use all my Blizzaras and then start using Blizzargas. From Adia. Oh, you gotta play her. That makes sense. Well, I could have spoken to her. Back in the... back in her house, right? I could have done that. Should I go back and do that? I'd have to redo this. But I could just write it down. Wouldn't I have to grind the AP for it? I guess I could go to the Cactuars. But how would I kill the Cactuars? Or when you learn it, does it just automatically... Is it automatically learned? That I don't know. It just learns. Oh, you don't have to grind the AP for it. I kind of have to then, don't I? Alright. So. See you soon, Daniel. No idea what cards I've got, by the way. Centra has the random rule. Oh, we're about to have a fun time, guys. I know you just got over a life-altering curse that nearly made you take over the world, but... cards? Guess I got some okay ones. I could put that in the bottom right and she can't touch it. That's funny. I could do the same with that. She could still get it, though, on something. That could be a good safe move. Is that Norg? Have you got the Norg card? What are you doing with the Norg card? Am I able to continue to play it safe? Yeah, the random rule might not give her the idea card. I didn't think of that. Stupid card game. Okay. Think we're okay here? She's got mobile type 8. I mean, I want one of them too. Oh, it's Shumi Tribe, it's not Norg, okay. One of these two, right? No idea what they turn into. What do the people in the garden think about driving it through the sea? Guess I'll take that. Sudden death? What in the goddamn hell does that mean? Want to play cards? Okay, but I only play sudden death rules. Wait, what? Let's find out what that turns into. Wherever it even went. 10 shellstones. Okay, no good to me. It means the loser dies. I mean, that's obvious, right? Edia just, like, brings up her ice spike. I don't make the rules. I just follow them. Ooh, look at that double A. And she has played it very defensively. To be expected. Hmm. What the fuck? I see we're doing bullshit rules today. Okay. Nobody told me. Ah, and I go first this time. Is this sudden death? If it's a tie, you go again? My cards are different. My cards are objectively worse. And if she's got the Adia card, which means her cards might be different. Means she might not have the Adia card. You play with the cards you had on the board. Oh. Okay, so she's still got the Adia card, but she's got my Ifrit. What a bitch. Just, yeah, good for you. Nutsack. I don't know what to do. This is a reset, clearly. What is wrong? What does that mean? It's because the 8 and the 3 equals the same number as the 4 and the 7. Right. Okay. Play your games. This is such cheating. What? So the A is worth 10 then. That's what that means. Yeah, I got Ifrit though, didn't I? They should have just added a quality of life to this game where you can just turn off any rule you want. Because abolishing the rules is just stress I don't need right now. Because I've tried it, it doesn't work. When it doesn't work, I get mad. At least she played it. Can I do some plus shenanigans? Game? Am I allowed? So 10 and 7 is 17, 8 and 8 is 16. That doesn't quite work. Not that I'd need it, because all I'm doing is taking one card. Either way, I'm leaving 5 on top if I take it. 9 and 9, 9 and 6. And I can leave myself with a 4 or a 3 on the side, so... If I do that, though, she's likely going to go there, and then I've only got a 5 to place there. But if I play here, she's likely going to play here, which means I've only got a 3 on the left side with my Diablos. But I take that back with my 8. If she gets this. If I go there, she won't get it. So I should go here. Because I take that back with either an A or an 8. So I should go here. But if I go here, I don't get this back at all because I can't beat it. No, I beat it with a 3. So if she goes here, I get here and get them both. But what are the odds? Fuck you. People like this card game. I don't get it. If you have to go out of your way to abolish rules in this game to make it fun, then it's already failed. You have to, like, RNG manipulate your way into making it fun, then... I don't know. Why'd you plus rules combo into your cards beyond? I don't really know. Like, okay, 6 and 6, 12, 9 and 3, 12. Sure, I get it. Why did the shadow card get taken? Creeps, why did that get taken? What comboed into that to make that work? I don't get that. Yeah, what? Yeah, because combo, but why? What did combo do? Because 3 beats 2? That's why. So you're telling me that if this number 5 at the bottom was higher than this number 8, it would have comboed all the way and just cascaded around the board? Fuck this game. Seriously. I regret doing this. Now I'm here. Tell you what, you guys can play for me if you like. Feel free to make the decisions on this one. Where's it going? Where's anything going? We got Cerberus, Blobra, Minotaur, Blue Dragon, and T-Rexor. Bigger number better. That's all I understood. Minotaur bottom right. Ultimate defense. Can't touch my 9s. Cerberus can't be taken by a deer. Because her A's are on... Where are her A's? I thought it was top and right, which means she could take Cerberus from the bottom. Should that happen. Unless I put Cerberus near the bottom, of course. Cerberus top right. It would certainly be a defensive move. Her double A's are on her chest. Hilarious. You reckon Blobra top right? Bait her into taking the Blobra. Now, a plus thing would be my numbers need to add up the same, right? So let's just take this for example. 7 and 2 is 9, but 8 and 2 is 10, so that wouldn't work, right? Cerberus in the center. That would take the bottom card and be relatively defenseless, defensive as well. But for the math, that wouldn't do any plussing, but I'll do it. Okay. Now, for me, it makes sense to put this one, Blue Dragon, there. I take this, and I've got a 6 on top. She could take a 5 or a 7 maybe, but she's not took that yet, so maybe she can't. Dinosaur top center. So you think stay defensive and don't take anything? Cerberus and Blobber have a difference of 2, which is easy to plus. Don't worry about it, Jameson. The rules are crazy. If she has a D, we're in trouble. Which is weird, because I needed to have it. To win it. Strange that, isn't it? Unless that card she didn't play is Adia, which I doubt. Oh. Get a Sphinxara, though. One G Mega Potion. Can't refine these, which is a shame, because I could do with getting rid of them. Some of them. Chat won, yeah! Well done, guys. You're definitely better at this than I. What is that? Oh, one of those things. Propagator. A red one. Do I take it or do I play defensively? Probably defensive to start off with. You think I take it with Diablos? You could set up the same. Set up same. So, how does one do that? You mean by putting an 8 next to... Blob in the middle would set up the same with Diablo. Right, so hold on. Let me see if I understand this. If I were to put Blob in the middle... Oh, I see. Diablos would go there, and 3 and 3 would match, and 8 and 8 would match. Is that the strat, then? She knew! She used her AI bollocks knowledge and she knew! She knew. So I can't do 1 and 8 obvs. But can I do a plus rule with that? Probably not, because my numbers are wildly different. There's no way I can make that math work out. Not right now. I can't even, like... I can't even take the top one without leaving myself wide open. Obviously, Diablos can take the bottom one, but... then Diablos is lost as well, obviously. Basically, Clara, if Gesper wasn't there, I would have played Diablos there, and because the number on the left of Diablos is 3, which matches Blobra's 3 on the right, and the number at the bottom of Diablos is 8, which matches the Propagator's top number, which is 8, because they both would have matched, I would have claimed both of these 2 cards. Regardless of what was bigger and what was smaller, just because I managed to get them to add to equal the same numbers. I could do both, potentially. And then you get utter horse shit like that. So that one was because 5 and 2 equals 7 and 3 and 4 equals 7. Because they equal the same number, it's like, oh, you got them, mate. You got everything. Now I can get these two back. I guess. But I can also get that back with this. But that's only one card, so I don't know. Fuck it. This one's probably a lost cause. Well, there's the card I needed. It's a shame because if Quistis had a 5 on the right, I could have samed it. But I mean, this is probably going to be a tie now. Right? This is a tie, isn't it? Which means sudden death. Oh no, it would have been a tie if I'd... No, actually, it couldn't have been a tie, could it? I couldn't even have tied that, no. I should have just banned cards. Should have just banned cards. It wasn't worth the stress. Such bait. My cards are pretty ass, actually. Let's just throw this fight. Christ, my cards are ass. Didn't even play the one I wanted. Sorry, I was throwing that attempt in myself just to see if I had a chance. I'll listen to you all now. Can we set up a same plus rule somewhere if I go in the middle? I don't have any 7s on the bottom, but I've got a 4 here. That doesn't help me. With no 7s on the bottom, it's not gonna happen at all, actually. Well, I've got a 4 there, so if I had a 4 on the bottom, which I do with this, if I put that there, and then put Grendel there, it just knows. It knows how to fuck you over. How do you play this game if the AI just knows what you've got and knows what you can do? The elements +1 and -1 depending on if you match or not match the element on the card. How can you play this game if the AI just cheats? Whatever. That's interesting. I can get 2 cards here. I'll probably get some cheaty AI bollocks. Wait, hang on. 4 and 2? That's the same rule, right? Or, yeah, plus rule, whatever. There's 2 + 4 is 6. 4 + 2 is 6. So I can play this objectively shittier card and get both of those 2 cards at the top, right? Is that how, on the top and the left? Is that how that works? Have I got something here? Why didn't I get you all 3? How would it get the bottom one? Sphinxara does a plus with Ruby. 5 and 7, 12. Yes, you are correct. And it gets the top as well. Apologies. I swear she cheats. I could do that and get the card and then have an 8 at the bottom, but then I guarantee you if I do that, she's going to have a card with an 8 on top and a 4 on the right. I'll guarantee you. And if I play here, I guarantee you she's going to have a card with a 7 on bottom and a 4 on the right. Let's roll that dice. Alright. It's this one. Ooh. Holy stone. No good to me. Just give it to me. I'm trying to save the world. Just give it to me. Telling her your hand, Sid, you bastard. We want the Idea card to turn it into an item that teaches me magic plus 60%. I could do that top left or that bottom right. Idea could take either, but would she? Thanks, Tom. Thanks for the idea. Okay. Now, I could obviously put an 8 on top and take that back, and what are the odds that she's going to get that back now? Because she's got an A on top, and a 9 on top, and an 8 on top. Is she really going to be able to take one of those back? Is this the way? Do I put Mobile Type 8 in the bottom left? Do we agree? Yeah. Alright, that's fine. I guess. I'm not getting Ifrit back without shenanigans, but okay. Now I could put Diablos in the top left. And then she'd have to be an 8 on bottom, but she could easily obviously get the card I flip back, because it's only got 2 on the right. I don't know if she's going to have a card that's got a good number at bottom. Iron Giant top right. Yeah, maybe. Take advantage of the 2 rather than the 5. Let's see. 7 plus 6. 13. 9 plus 6 is 50. Hold on. Hold on, guys. If I put the giant in the top right, if she doesn't go here, and she might, but if she doesn't go here, Torama goes here for a plus, top and bottom, because it's 13 here and 13 here. I guarantee if I do this, she will put something beneath this card. Colour me surprised. Now, if I do this, would this work out? Would I take the bottom and the left middle? Is this a triple flip? Well, not a triple flip. Oh, I get 2 cards. Holy shit, I whitewashed her ass. There's the ultimate weapon, though! Oh. What does the ultimate weapon turn into? What does ultimate weapon turn into? What do you card mod ultimate weapon into? Ultima Stone. That's no good to me. See you then. Damn skippy hippie. I'm walking away and I'm never returning. You've done your bit to help save the world. I know, Carrie. I just had to know what it turned into. Right, so.
3 royal crowns. I get to do 60% on 3 of them, so I can give it to all 3 characters. That makes this even better.
There's me thinking that I only got it on one person. Now. I didn't know it was 3. No, I thought it was 1. Right. Hold up. Now, I have Ifrit, Dentist, and Carbonara on Squall. Player 2 is Brunch, Sirloin, Lettuce, Celery, and Ward would be Quesadilla, Chef, Pancake, and Al Dente. I have saved. I need to put 1 on each of the characters, so one of them needs to go on one of these 3. So we're looking at Ifrit. There's obviously space. Then it would need to be either Brothers, Siren, Lettuce, or Celery. Which one's Celery? Cerberus. Okay, it probably doesn't super matter which one goes on which, as long as I do divide it properly. So 1 on Ifrit, I guess. Should it go with the one that's got Magic Plus already, though, which would be... Which one's giving Squall is Magic Plus? Gotta be Carbonara, right? No. Wait, hold on. It's Dentist. Dentist. And now it's got to be... I'm going to go Sirloin. And I'm going to go... Chef? I am probably overthinking it, yeah, but I'd rather overthink it than underthink it. Let's put it in order for my OCD. Oh yeah, you ain't got your triple abilities. Okay, in that case, the way I junctioned them... The way I junctioned them for... when I got to Kiros and Ward, I think was better than what I'm doing now. Let me undo some stuff. Yes. Yeah, see, I think I can do this better. So this would be that, and that. And then this one would be Brunch, Sirloin, Lettuce and celery. Is it going to undo all this? It's going to, isn't it? It's going to undo it all, so, like, why am I even bloody bothering? The only one it won't undo is this. Going to undo it all. I'll just do what I just did, but when I'm in control of these three. Go down. When this dragon's dead, I'm done today, by the way. Oh boy. I'm hungry. I intentionally had a small breakfast today. You, speak to me. Never playing a card game ever again. But it was so fun. Yeah. I have so many notepads right now. Why do I have so many notepads? Open. I have so many notepads open. What? There we go. I have so many notepads open. I'm just constantly taking notes. You need to defend way before it attacks, and best to defend immediately after an attack finishes. It's hard to know whether you need to, though, because it would need to wind up its recover animation. Like, soon. Come on, hurry up. No. I get the first hit in. I draw first blood. We ain't got time to defend that. Ooh, I did it. You do have to be super quick with it. I understand now. You have to be real quick with it. Thought I was quick there. Just one in, just one. Let me get this one. Yeah, get first tried. Which FF character has the best drip? I think some of the Kingdom Hearts characters have better drips than Final Fantasy characters, maybe. We don't have the animation of it jumping down, sorry. Right. Yeah, you done did it, didn't you? You did it, you blew it up. Brunch, sirloin. $52 magic. Better than we had. Maybe the rest. $55. Who's the weakest HP? Oh, Laguna, hold up. There we go. Wait, hold up. Use the high potion on Kiros. It's high potion plus, actually. Huh. Never noticed. Didn't mean to overwrite that save. Oh well. Okay, I really should not have overwritten that save, because if this doesn't work now, I'm kind of... got no choice. Okay, it's still going to be a case of, like, use the Blizzigers, right? And I don't want to use the Holies. I've decided no Holies. Let's just see how much damage Ward can do. With Blizziger. God. Sudden death spreads throughout the region does sound ominous, yeah. Right, Blizziger. How much damage are we looking at now? Probably not like a super higher amount, but we'll see. Did about 400 last time. 471. Okay. Guess while we're here, we'll test Blizzerer. Great 5. I mean, that was doing about 200 before, right? So let's just check it wasn't a roll. Ooh, that was a bit better. It kind of was a roll there, then. That was a fair bit better. There's 500 damage per Blizziger. We kill it in, like, 10 Blizzigers? Yeah, okay, I must have low-rolled on the first one. Okay, the question now... Oh, I wonder how much damage Holy does now. I don't want to do it. Right, so... How many Blizzards did we have again? We had 14, so let me get a calculator. I did 280 damage times 14. Nearly 4,000. And then from there it would be like 4 Blizzigers. But we already know we're not getting any more Blizzigers. But if I can save the Blizzigers for another enemy that's weak to ice, then better I do so. We got it, kinda, yeah. I think what I'm gonna do, could you break him again with a higher magic? That is a sneaky idea. Worth a try. Might not increase the odds a super high amount. I think what I'm gonna do is... Do I have any blizzards? I don't remember. No. So I could use all the Blizzards and then top it off with a few Blizzigers. That's probably the most cost-effective way, but I guess I could try break first. Use blizzards on the bomb fight. The magic stat's not super high compared to what it was. It's like gone from 48 to 55, I think. 40 something to 55. At least we can say we tried. You use Petrify on a Cactuar. I think you need a magic stat of 58 for break to have a possibility of hitting. Really? And I imagine that even if you did have 58, the odds would be super low. Got any triples and how many breaks do you have? Honestly, triples not gonna be helpful right now, to be honest, because I'm just casting magic 3 times as fast, and speed isn't the issue, it's just what's the most efficient way I can kill this thing. Cactuars have a 30% petrify resistance, because if you petrify an enemy, do you still get the AP? High Spirit, Jesus. Do you lose out an AP if you petrify, or is it just the experience? You still get AP, okay. I was just thinking about a potential AP grind later. But Edea could be my AP grind. Of course. Maybe. How much damage is this going to do? Nearly 300. Oh, Petrify does not allow AP. Oh. Name mind. But yeah, Edea AP grind has got to happen, I would say. Over 300 that time. Might need to finally play that Lord of the Rings PS2 RPG. I keep deluding myself into one day starting the Final Fantasy X Masters mod. But I already know that what will happen. It will take me ages. I'll get through eventually, maybe. But then I'll get to the post game and I will lose interest because I know it's going to take me ages. You don't know what the Masters mod is? Corypheon! My good man, step forward, take a bow. The Final Fantasy X Masters mod is the quintessential difficulty mod for Final Fantasy X. It's literally like a complete rebalance of Final Fantasy X that adds... It makes it difficult, but it still makes it fair. You know what I mean? Like, there's always a way around. But what's good about it is that there's no grinding whatsoever. You get what you're given, and that's it. Deal with it. But yeah, play the FF10 Masters mod if you want a good time. And I keep thinking that to myself, I'll do it. But my problem is that I'm not a streamer. I'm a content creator in general. I make videos. That's how I make my income. If I don't make videos, I don't make money, and I don't survive. I don't pay rent. I don't pay the bills. If I just sit here and stream every single day, I will be poor very quickly. Because people don't subscribe to my Twitch for the streams and nothing but the streams. They don't subscribe to my... They don't become members on YouTube for the streams. They don't become patrons for the streams. They're doing it because I make videos. So I simply wouldn't survive. And if I started the Masters mod, I would be streaming it almost daily just to get through the thing. I can't sustain myself like that. It's not smart to start it, and if I did start it, I wouldn't be able to go through to the post-game. Bounce his Blizzard. Does he use Blizzard? Do you mean my Blizzard? Because there's no damage variance on magic that I cast if I don't draw it. Right, I'm going to run out of Blizzarers. Oh, he's got Arrow and Fire, but he absorbs both. Alright, so it's Blizzards now. Now, I predict he only needs about 4 of these. One Demi could be worth it. The reason I don't want to use a Demi is because I know that Mobile Type 8, Cypher, and Ultimacia's first form are susceptible to gravity damage. And I've got a feeling I'm going to need all the help I can get against those enemies. This is one of those challenge runs that starts off not that hard. Like, the challenge isn't, are we going to survive? It's, what's the most efficient way we can use our magic to win this fight? Because the hard part is going to be Disc 4, when we're trying to defeat all the friggin' Ultimacia Castle bosses, assuming I want to kill them all, maybe I do. And Jumbo Cactor and Tomberry King and all that bollocks. If we're going to try for all of that, we need to be as efficient as we possibly can be. Resource management, yes. This happens to be one of the few enemies in the game that you can't draw cast its magic back at it to hurt it. This is taking more than 4. What is your HP, sir? It was 4,800 when I scanned you. This is bullshit. How many Blizzards do we... What? The math ain't mathing. Did that take like 6? Hold on, we did like 3... Well, let's lowball it. 280 damage per Blizzard, and there were 14 of those. So... That's nearly 4,000, and then it was like 500 per Blizzard. So... He must have had more than 4,800 HP by a long way. So I might have got unlucky there on his HP. Yeah, one Demi might have prevented any need for Blizzards, but I think even just one Demi is more valuable than 99 Blizzards. I know that sounds crazy, but I think it is. Because Blizzard's going to do however much damage my magic stat compared to their spirit stat is, whereas one Demi is going to do a massive chunk of damage to Ultimacia at the end of the game, you know? And it's guaranteed massive chunks of damage. Like, I think I'm going to need them. See, now I don't know what to do. Do I do that again when he's got less HP and get my save some Blizzards? Or do I just say, what? Screw it, let's just go. It is only Blizzards at the end of the day. The experience points was not ideal. Maybe I could have done with 2 people being dead. Basically, I could have played that a little better. I could have made sure 2 people were dead. I don't mind Irvine being assigned to Ward because he's not the character I'm going forward with anyway. So he can be like my experience sponge. Yes. That was 1 level up on Selfie, basically. Putting on level 10. It can't change things that much, can it? Like, I'm probably not. I probably don't care that much. Is there a mod of FF8 where you start at level 99? I think what would be more interesting is if there was a mod of this game where every single encounter is like... I don't want to say at max level. Honestly, there's only one way around it. You'd need a mod that completely overhauls the enemy levels and just makes it so that they do gradually get stronger. Tell you what, a Masters mod of this game would go hard because you can't run away from encounters. You don't gain experience points because that's not the point. You don't gain AP, but because you can't run away, you're forced to fight every encounter, and their stats don't adjust depending on your stats. They just gradually get harder and harder, like an actual difficulty curve. Like, that would be way more interesting. I know that sounds like I'm pointing out the obvious. I think that mod exists. Who hurt you, Nathan? What? I want a Masters mod of all the Final Fantasy games from 1 to 10, to be honest. Like, quote-unquote, Masters mod. I think Death Unites us is, like, being motivated by the FF10 Masters mod, and he might create something akin to that for 7, which I'd be down to play. I want to save the game. Please. I've not played any Final Fantasy mod, to be honest with you. Is it now just a case of, yo, where's White Seed ship? And find it. Yeah. I vaguely remember... Can't you sell this? And if you sell it, she gives you another one. And I think you get 100 gil. And then you can just keep selling it. I vaguely remember that being a thing. Like, is there even a merchant? There used to be one in the garden itself. In the training area, but that sounds like ass to get. No. It's not necessarily ass to get to, because if I don't go there, I've got to travel all the way to a town. Did I pick the right floor? Kind of want to see if it's true. What are you doing here? In uniform? Huh? I get why you'd be here, like, near the library, because that's your whole thing, but why are you in uniform? That's so bizarre. Is the merchant still actually here? No. There used to be a merchant here. Lame. I just want to prove it works. What's the nearest town? Whatever. Not that interesting, is it? Right, White Seed Ship. The thing that no fucker can find ever. Oh, it's there. What? What? I don't think I've ever found it that fast. They won't play cards. It's really hard to know which direction you're going to go when you press. Okay, let's play a game, everybody. What direction am I pressing to do that? What direction do you think I pressed? What two buttons am I pressing to do this? What do we think? For those who said up, you're right. That is up. Up and down. That is up and down, everybody. That is up and down. Up and down. Christ. You know that on the PS1 this game had 360 movement with the analog sticks? That made sense. And this remaster just doesn't. Explain, game, explain. Now, there's a problem here. Did I save the game before I found the ship? Because there's a draw point here. Like, I must have, right? I totally must have. Because there's 15 holies up for grabs here. I don't think so. Don't say that. I must have saved somewhere. Oh. Did I at least save before going to Adia's house? I must have done that at least. I know I did. I definitely did. Can you come back to this boat whenever you want, though? Doesn't say that you can't come back here, so I think maybe I can leave and come back. Do I leave and come back? Let's chance it. Thank you, Cutter Edge. I think I missed a magazine upstairs. Some couple of gimps just came aboard. Why did she go to Esther voluntarily? Xenophobic Esther. I didn't know what that word meant when I was younger. I was like, that's a cool name. What does that mean? You can't go back. I never stopped to think how you actually manually get off this boat. Oh. Like that. Was weird. Young Nate, xenophobia's badass. It was just a cool word with an X in it for me when I was young. Would like to save the game, but you took away all the save points inside the garden, except maybe the dorm. I'll just find the nearest bit of land. And remember where this is. Desperately remember where this is, please. Found it in record time. I like how close it is, actually, to Adir's house. Like, it's so close. Way closer than you, like, sometimes think. Right, first try and 15 holies. Going. Well, wasn't too bad. I'm going to be done after I've done this draw. Because I don't want to start the stream with having to draw over and over. Plus, I fear I'll forget about it. Oh, he went down. I found the white seed ship so fast. At 10, 12, 10, 11. Whoops. But it was higher. I really could do with those 15. I'm guessing being on the world map messes with the RNG a bit. Which means I could just keep first time drawing it and it'd be different amounts, right? Or not. Okay, I'm going to need to do it like 4 times at this rate. Oh, what are you doing? Did that mess with the RNG? Me getting in and back out again? Who bloody knows? Griever's super weak to Holy. That is good to know. And you get a lot of holies in this game. And I imagine it's going to be a good draw. Can you equip Holy to your attack? Is it an element? Just in case Berserk strats need to come through. Griever. Just because you do get a good amount of holies. There it is. Save and we leave forever. Do I get the magazine? There's a magazine up here, right? Whoops. I don't think there's a downside to reading that one. Oh, whoops. And that will be the end of the stream. We did it, everybody. It's best for status resistance. I see. You'll get 100 holies with the island closest to heaven and hell. Well, let's see. Let's count how many holies we'll actually get. Right. Two plus 15, so that's 17 that we have right now. 18, 19, 24, 29, 37, no. Yeah, 37, yeah. 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. We're going to get 70 holies by the end of the game. That's the most we can get, 70. Which, for any one individual magic, that's pretty damn good. And it's holy as well. So when we get the Ragnarok, we're going to be able to get 70 holies. I've got half a mind to rewatch the Prince of Persia Sands of Time video. I appreciate that. I just apologise for the sound quality on that video. I really fudged it. Do you know why the sound quality on that video is so bad? It's the first video I ever recorded with this microphone. So I didn't have the settings right at all. And I didn't realise it until after I'd finished the video. Because on playback it sounded okay, but when I exported it, it sounded awful. I still think there's probably something I can do with the settings on this microphone to make it better. Streams and stuff, but I need to actually do some experimenting. Anyway, thank you for watching. This was Thursday. I can't stream tomorrow. I initially wanted to, but the landlord is coming over to check a few things in the house, and he says he's coming in the morning, so I won't be able to stream tomorrow. I'm going to... What am I going to do? I don't know what I'm going to do right now. Eat something. And then probably do some tweaking to the Gears of War edit. For like the background music and stuff. Yeah, why not? I'll do that. Thanks for watching. Thank you for those who subscribed. If you want to support me, please subscribe to YouTube. What are you having? I don't know yet. I might have a chicken cob. because we have chicken and we have a cob. So why not? I'll see you all next week. I might stream Gears of War next week. It depends if Ashley's up for it. Alright, thanks again, everyone. Bye. Enjoy the videos and such. Thank you. Spyro's doing good, by the way. It's on like 67,000 views, which... less than a week? That's not bad. I've struggled to get that in a month on some videos, like Ratchet Gladiator, for example. And it's already overtaken God of War. So, can't complain there, can I? Anyway, thank you. Bye.